All right, we got Ryan with us. Myself, Logan, and Craig are here. We're just going to do a week in review of our week in Colorado with our over-the-counter archery tags. Well, me and Craig's, not Ryan. Ryan didn't have it. He was just there hunting with us, which we appreciate very much.
Worked his tail off for us, and we let him down a little bit, I
think. Maybe just a little bit. It's all good, though.
Yeah, so we left Wednesday night from Indiana. We just took off driving and got to Colorado, Canyon City, actually, where Ryan lives, Thursday afternoon. And we picked up a wall tent and some other things and headed down to where we was going to camp. And sure enough, we go up to our first camping spot where we thought we were going to camp and hunt the first couple of days. We get up there, and there's a storm that apparently went through and took a bunch of trees over the trails.
Yeah.
So we went we couldn't go up there and set camp up. So, that's a typical thing that you got to adjust for.
Yeah. Luckily, I've hunted this place for years, and so I know the trailheads and stuff pretty good. So we could, we could find another place to go then before it got dark to set up camp. But
yeah, so we set up camp. There's basically the same place we had set up 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That night we just kind of hang out, got our stuff together. Next morning our first hunt, we went up to look like a glassing point, I guess, down into a canyon to see, if there was any elk down in there. And there was nothing, but similar to 2 years ago, we turn around and we see two bulls, I think.
Ryan glassed them up.
Yeah.
Long ways away.
Yeah, it was probably like 5. I think it was probably around like 5 that I saw.
Okay, you saw 5. It was probably a couple miles away. Up on
like 3.
Yeah, up on the mountain where was at a few years ago. Same thing. It's kind of the same scenario. Mm-hmm. Things were happening. So that evening we packed our stuff up and went up to that area to see if we could find them.
Yeah, we had taken stuff along to have a kind of like spike camp, more or less.
What did we do that night?
That night we just went and glassed a little bit, just to see if we can find any other elk, and I think we found some bears and stuff. We did see a bunch of bears that night, a couple bears.
That's right.
But we didn't see no elk. We weren't really hunting. We were just trying to find elk and figure out where people were, more or less.
I guess the next morning, then we get up and we go up that mountain and trying to find that herd that we had seen the night before or morning before. And we're walking through there, this old burn wide open, and we hear rocks crumbling and sound like a herd of elk just took off down the ridge, and we kind of blew that. There's really nothing we could do about that. I mean, Ryan, there's nothing else we would have done, right?
No, I mean, they weren't bugling. If they would have been bugling, it would have been a total different story. But we had no idea the elk were there. And
so, yeah, they weren't talking much unless later on in the week we were talking to them. So it was tough at the start. So we bumped that herd, came back down, and that night we went up the other side.
Well, we had glassed up some elk.
Yeah, we went up the other side where we glassed some elk that morning.
That morning we glassed them about 2 miles away, on farther back in the burn.
Yeah, so farther back the trail.
Just going farther.
So that night we get up, we're sitting on the 4-wheeler trail pretty much, waiting for, thermal wind to change. And we're just messing around. Ryan, you're cleaning bino glass and being loud and carrying on, and we hear some twigs breaking, and I was like, well, I'm not sure that's an elk. It's pretty little. And we turn around, and there's a cow coming straight down. Should he have shot her, Ryan?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I was in his ear just whispering, shoot now.
It would have been a pretty easy pack out.
It'd have been too easy. We don't like easy.
Well, I is not the shooter like easy.
So she ends up walking back where she came from, and we end up getting up on that ridge that night, and we're just sitting along a tree just waiting to hear something or see something, and we're just kind of standing there, and we hear some more twigs breaking like an elk walking towards us, and I forget who said look up.
I think Craig looked at us and he said, that's elk. That's elk. He was pretty confident it was elk.
And we look up, and here comes a big old black boo-boo. That big old boar was
smoking a bear.
Walking straight at us. Like, he probably got 30, 35 yards again. He was right there.
At least.
I was a little nervous, but Craig was like, Ryan, get your gun. Like, get your gun. Get your gun.
Bunch
Ryan's
of
over here
flatlanders
saying,
scared of a little teddy bear.
Ryan's over here saying that let's just see how close he gets. Let's just see how close he'll get. I'm like, nah, I don't think so. I'm like, nah, I'm not so used to bears.
I'm here to elk hunt. I'll be hunted by a bear.
Yeah. So he seen us and he didn't want any part of us, so he turned around and just moseyed off. But so we sat there a little while longer. Here we keep hearing some branches breaking stuff down below us, right? And we eventually see a Ryan says big. He said, and I'm sitting next to Ryan, and Craig's down to our right a little bit, and Ryan's got his binoculars up, and he's just shaking. Like I told you, I said you have to calm down. I said you got to breathe. You're not even shooting, and how am I supposed to hold still? But it was pretty fun. Craig was thinking it was probably 350. By the way,
I was thinking, like, I've seen the elk in there that we were hunting, and they can get really big. I've seen big ones in there. And when Ryan said big bull, I was expecting a little more out of him. I'll be real honest with you.
But
it was a good bull.
Yeah, it was 300 probably. Close.
A little more probably.
But it was cool because, I mean, it was the first one we'd seen close, and there was cows going crazy. He definitely was a herd bull and had, I don't know how many cows just doing their thing.
Yeah, we got him a little bit fired up then, and he was bugling back to us, but he wasn't, I mean, obviously he wasn't going to come across the canyon to us, and we didn't have time to make a play on him really, but.
Yeah, so he took his cows and went up the other ridge, kind of up and over and disappeared. We didn't push him too much, knowing where he was going to be in the area. So then that night, we go back to camp, sit by the fire again. The next morning, what did we decide to do?
Next morning, we went up and we decided to get on the ridge where we thought they were going to come back across to us, what they had done the morning before. And I think we bumped a few elk.
Yeah, so we went down that creek bottom where they were at, and we were walking up, and we decided to go to the right side of a big boulder thing. And we get up to it, and we got a smell. Like, I think you did. You were in front of us.
I said there's elk.
Right got a whiff of elk, like, close. And take one more step, and we hear them taking off and down somewhere. Did you ever see them?
There was a couple mule deer right there that Craig saw take off. But
yeah.
We definitely saw it. There was definitely elk tracks up there when we walked up there. So they had to have been right there.
They were right there on top of us, like not far at all.
Yeah, and again, if they had been talking, doing anything, we'd have had an idea where they're at. But again, they weren't talking, so kind of screwed us up.
Later that morning, we got some bulls going. Then back there in the back of that canyon, we didn't know how'd that all happen, Ryan?
Well, we walked to the other side of the canyon, thinking they might have ran away from us, and we came back about, I would have said probably about 45 minutes to an hour later to the brim, right where we spooked all those elk. And we were sitting there eating beef jerky, and you ripped a bugle, and darned if one didn't answer us back. And we were like, well, there they are. Wasn't there one up? There was one up above. There was like three of them that bugled.
There was 3 or 4 bulls in that canyon then that morning, and it was again it was swirling winds and thermals, and it was so tough to get on elk in there.
Yeah, and that'd be the story of the week.
Yeah, no kidding.
But
that morning we kind of just wanted to leave them bedded right there, and then hopefully we were hoping that evening we'd get on them a little bit better.
Yeah, and be down in that creek bottom again where they were the night before. So we go back to camp, relax and come back down, and
that's when the two old guys came.
The other guys joined us at that time when we told them there was some action going on because they hadn't been seeing nothing besides people. So that evening, me and Craig teamed up, and Ryan went with our guys. And
I went out to get gas. Remember?
Oh, you didn't come with him this night. Yeah, you went out to get gas. Right. We was at a 4-wheeler gas because we were making 5-mile trips every morning and afternoon, getting back and forth because we still had our camp kind of at the top of the mountain instead of way back where we were actually hunting. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Then that evening, me and Craig kind of paralleled that ridge that the elk were on the night before, and the 2 other older guys were on the ridge across from us, and me and Craig didn't see anything.
No, somehow the elk got out of there. We knew right where they were bedded, and somehow they got out of there without us. We didn't bump them. We didn't see them.
Yeah. I mean, we were just working our way slowly down. Our wind was good most of the night, but then your dad and Lauren were on the other ridge, and somehow they had got up over there. One did, and Lauren was trying to make a sneak on them. There's some nasty kind of brushy, briary stuff. He tried to catch up to him and got maybe 50 yards.
He said
from
he had
him.
him 50 yards and just could never pull the shot off. Just never had a good clear shot at him.
So that was our second. I mean, that was our second opportunity to get something, but it just didn't work out again.
But once again, never heard a bugle that whole night. Elk, we seen multiple bulls that night, or Lauren did, and not one bugle. Just couldn't find them.
Yeah.
We found the elk, but they weren't bugling. It was tough. Made it real tough.
So we finished that night out, and knowing there's still stuff around, and so the next morning, after another mountain house meal.
Is this Monday morning?
Yeah. So next Monday morning, nothing happens.
No,
it's a blank,
absolute bust.
We don't hear nothing.
And the thing was, I know there was elk right there. I know there was. It was just thick country. Couldn't see him. Not bugling. It's tough.
I'm gonna point you guys out. I'm gonna expose you here. We actually went to a motel that morning.
No, that was next. That was that.
No, we hunted that morning, then we went.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. You're right.
Because we were disappointed. You got that mountain air in your head right now.
That's right. I don't know what I'm thinking.
So we were disappointed, and we said
we needed a shower.
We started smelling like the elk. There's only so many wipes you can use.
I think we smell worse than the elk, Logan.
Well, yeah. Dude, here's a tip. Don't take your boots off in your tent if you're sleeping with other people. We had a 6-person tent. Us three was in the tent. If you take your boots off from wearing them for that many days, and it gets ripe.
Oh, my.
Quick.
It is terrible. It is absolutely terrible.
I didn't think it was that bad, boys.
It wasn't just you, but dude wipes and ball mix, when that becomes your best friend, it's time to do something.
It's time to go find a motel and a shower for a day.
So we were kind of upset with that morning, so we went out. We needed some more water too and stuff. So we got more water, went to the motel, showered, got all that filth off of us, and kind of regrouped and re-energized and felt good. So we come back out Tuesday afternoon, and we take our camp all the way back to where we're hunting pretty much. So it's probably 12 miles back where our camp is.
I think it was actually closer to 13 almost.
13? Okay.
It was
it was back there. And next to one tent, we was walking through picking up firewood, and I just happened to stumble upon a mule deer shed that was a foot away from somehow, some way. But we figured that was a good luck charm, but
no.
No. But then that evening, did we go up and glass anything?
Me and Dad.
I went and glassed.
Ryan went on a hike of all hikes.
So he turned his mule mode on, and he went. He just went up and over one ridge, down and up another mountain. Basically, could see the 3 corners of the earth. And guess what? Didn't see a lick.
Didn't see an elk.
Not a one.
Thought he had an elk bugling. Here it was just me bugling back at him.
Should have known it was a one-horn freak.
Listen, the thing is, Ryan said, before you went up there, you said, all right, if I bugle back to back, that means I see elk. That means I see a bull. And we get back to camp that night. Craig's like, Ryan, did you bugle? You said, yeah. Did you bugle twice? Yeah. Well, how long in between? You said, maybe, I don't know, 5 seconds. He said, dude, if you bugle back to back, that means you're seeing something. I don't know if you just forgot or what was going on, but
I had a major brain fart.
Yeah, another bugle brain incident. But
that same night, me and Dad walking out had seen 2 little bulls. They're about 100 yards.
Kind of right off the trail, right?
Right, walking down the 4-wheeler trail, heading out, and seeing 2 little bulls, just little raghorns.
Yeah, me and Lauren went up that ridge where he had had gotten within 50 yards of that one that he couldn't see. We kind of split up on that ridge, and we didn't see or hear nothing.
Yeah.
So another kind of disappointing night, but knowing there's still elk there. So that next morning, Craig, you and your dad split off and went to the back, right? And yeah, because me and Ryan,
No,
or me and Matt,
yeah.
and me and Matt and Ryan joined up, and you and Lauren went to the back, made a hike up way up high.
Yep.
And Ryan, when me and you and Matt were going up that first ridge again, we were about a quarter of the way up or halfway up, and we hear one bugle by himself, which was a surprise, down in that same kind of up from that same little creek bottom where the first night we were out there we had seen him. So we hammered down, tried to beat him up, and he was working his way up the ridge. Like, he was moving pretty quick, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was moving pretty good. But he kept bugling about, I would say, about once every 2 to 5 minutes. I mean, he let one rip. So we never bugled at him. We just kept on his tail.
Yeah, we were moving. Like, I was huffing. I know Matt was huffing.
About killed the old man that day, I think.
But I had to put him on oxygen.
If you're listening to this, no offense, I was winded too. So. But we catch up and we get to a point, and Matt says, "I'm going to go right, and you're going to go left." And Ryan, you step behind us, knowing we were out in his bubble, and let a few cow calls out, and he rips one, like, I don't know, 70, 80 yards in front of us, like he's ready to tango. And
yeah, well, first we were back a little further. I cow called and he bugled. He was probably like 200 yards off yet, and I'm not sure if he even heard us. And that's when I gave you guys the motion to move up. And I think that next one he was within probably about that close.
So he was talking, pretty consistently. But so anyway, we move up. Matt goes down to my right, and I'm moving up to the left, a little higher elevation. I'm kind of a little bit in the sun, and he's on the bottom side in the shade still, where thermals are still going down and stuff. And the bull ends up coming right at him. It ends up being 25 yards in front of his face. And here's where we could learn some tips. Rule number one, when something's coming in,
always set up in front of the tree and always set up in the shade. That's two.
That way,
set up.
Yeah, that way you got something dark, kind of put your back to. That way, you're just not standing out there looking like one tall stump. They'll pick you out so fast in that. But if you have something to break up your back, kind of your outline on your back, then you're pretty money normally.
All right, everybody, listen up. Loniger's Taxidermy is world-class taxidermy in southern Indiana. With 30-plus years of experience, you can trust Loniger's to make your hunting experience a lifetime memory. Outdoor enthusiasts have trusted Loniger's Taxidermy with animals from all over the world. The Loniger professionals specialize in turkey and whitetail, as well as realistic and accurate taxidermy representing 6 continents, not to mention custom scenes and habitats. At Loniger's Taxidermy, world class isn't just a catchy slogan. They've won first place ribbons at multiple state, national, and world competitions. Their work has been featured in magazines including NWTF, Breakthrough, Eastman's Hunting Journal, and Taxidermy Today, just to name a few. Check out their work online at lonigerstaxidermy.com or visit the studio showroom on Ville Creek Road in Washington. Give them a call today at 812-444-9381. Again, that's 812-444-9381.
The bull's coming right at him. He can't draw back because he feels like he's going to get seen if he draws back. And by the time it comes to him and doesn't see what he wants to see, he turns around. And then his only shot would be right at the butt, the Texas heart shot. And he's not comfortable with that. And after talking to him, I understand what he's thinking, because he's had a few where he's hit and not found.
Yeah, he wanted a perfect shot, which I understand that. And shooting it up the butt is never a good idea, and I wouldn't have done it either. But it all comes down to the setup, I think, is what got him.
Yeah. But so anyway,
just a tough deal, really.
Yeah. It's all about positioning. And then he comes up towards me because he cuts over to the left, like up on the ridge where I'm at. And I'm kind of stuck because I'm not sure if he's going to come between us or if he's going to go in front of us. So I'm planning to try to do both. And I hear him coming up to my, straight in front of me, and I'm standing in front of a tree, but I've got a big pine tree that's down and like 10 yards in front of me, still green. And I pull back, like draw back and cow call, and he stops 60 yards behind a tree and some limbs. Like actually there's a couple trees and limbs. And I'm like, there's no way this arrow's going to get through there. I'm going to injure it if I even hit it, and it will be useless. I'm not going to find anything. He ends up just going off. And I think that was the same one we had seen, that first night we had seen the bull with all the cows on and stuff. Could have been, but not sure. Yeah. It may have been a smaller one, but anyhow, we were that close to killing something legal anyway. But it just didn't work out, just positioning wise.
Bow hunting elk is not easy. Not easy at all.
But it was freaking awesome when he bugled in our face, though. I'll say that. I mean, you hear him growling and stuff. But so we go back camp that night, kind of disappointed. Or that afternoon, we go back to camp, a little disappointed, not having anything, being that close. And that night, Matt and Lauren and Ryan, you guys decided to go back up to that spot to see if he was bedded. And me and Craig went all the way towards the back of the area we were at and set up. We didn't hear or see nothing, but you guys didn't hear or see nothing until you were leaving, right?
Well, we called in a nice mature hunter at the top of the hill. But
I forgot about that.
I will just say this: he was fired up.
He probably scored about 180, 190 pounds.
Maybe. He probably, I said at least 180 pounds. No, we didn't see nothing that night. We were heading down the hill, and I mean, literally 300 yards above camp. Like, I could see the tents on one side, I could see a flipping bull on the other. I'm like, what in the world? Like, and we were like, there's a bull, and all of a sudden he bugles. We were like, well, it's too close to dark to do anything, so we just watched him walk up the drainage.
And he was pretty nice, right?
He was pretty nice. I would have said pretty nice bull, but then again, Craig says my pretty nice isn't. When I say big, it's not big like Craig's standards, I guess. But yet I still have bigger bulls than him, which I guess that counts for something.
It's not too hard when you can rifle hunt everything.
Craig says I'm spoiled. I just say I hunt smarter, not harder.
So we come back and make a plan that evening. Who's going to go back up and try to hunt him? And we decide that me and Craig and Ryan were going to go after him because I think the other guys didn't want to make the hike up.
They said they ain't going back up there. Did it too many times.
So we that next morning we were walking up the ridge we're camping on, thinking he might be up there, but we get 50, 100 yards, and did we bugle first?
Yeah, we just bugled basically from camp on it. I mean,
right there, bugled right there, and he answered us up on the next ridge, about where that we were the morning before. So we come back down our ridge, go down the creek bottom, and go basically straight up the face of this ridge, like steep.
That was a hike.
Climbing, hands, your hands about reach out and touch the ground climbing. I was beat. I think these guys are pretty worn out. I mean, Ryan's used to it.
Ryan's used to it, and he was beat. So
I was beat. But I did the hike twice the day before, so
yeah, you were seasoned.
Yeah, for sure.
So we get in there and we get up to the top. We're deciding what we're doing. We move a little bit, and do we call again, or did he just bugle by himself?
No, Ryan bugles, and he answers us at 250 yards. He was kind of over top of a knob, and our wind was real bad, and it wasn't a good situation.
I mean, it was windy. Like, it wasn't just thermals moving. Like, there was wind.
But it was swirling all over the place.
Yeah.
But when he answered us, though, our wind was actually decent, like in a good direction. So I said, we got to move up quick to try to beat him to a certain spot so we have a good setup. Well, we're making tracks up there. We get we move maybe 50 yards up there, and he bugles in our face.
Yeah.
He's coming. Like, he went from 250 yards to 80 yards in 30 seconds. He was coming.
It was nuts.
And
he definitely had the afterburners on.
Yeah.
He wanted it.
We knocked arrows and got set up, and we're expecting to see him any second. And Ryan makes a few cow calls, and we don't hear anything. And all of a sudden, I felt the wind on the back of my neck, and the hunt was over about as fast as it started. Honestly, it was.
Yeah, we literally knocked our arrows knowing he's 70, 80, 90 yards from us. We, 20 yards apart. Same as that time we turn and look at each other and just think, yeah, crap. Like, wind blowing straight in our necks right at him. And, yeah, we didn't hear or see nothing after that.
You ain't going to fool that nose.
No, he was gone. And now we figured he was kind of busted up out of there, not wanting any part of it.
I'll tell you what, talk about being in the dumps after a week of hunting and working your tail off and then have that happen.
Yeah, that sucked. I was those first 20 minutes after that. Craig was pissed. I was just disappointed. And Ryan didn't give a crap. He didn't have a tag.
Yeah, I was like, I'm still gonna get my elk this year. I'm like, Craig's over there pushing down trees, pissed. He was mad at the world.
I was.
It's just you're not gonna beat the wind. The best thing you can do is try to get in the shade where it's going to be the most consistent. Maybe
the thermals are going down. Maybe, but
it's so tricky. Like
there's some stuff you just can't help. I mean, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
So he blows out of there, and
I think the hardest part of that is knowing that you worked all week trying to find a bull that's in the mood, and then when you finally find one that's in the mood, he's like coming so fast. And it's over way too quick.
Like such a killable bull that we knew it was over that quick was the hardest part. Knowing that he could have been shot.
Oh, he was very close to being. I mean, yeah, he had been in our laps in a matter of not long.
So
he wanted it.
Yeah. After that, we just kind of messed around up there. We found a dead cow. Actually, somebody had shot previously a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
It was, pretty fresh. Just
too bad it wasn't Craig's.
No, it wasn't our cow. That's for sure.
We called
it wasn't our cow.
We did call it that 180-pound hunter, though. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we did.
We called it in round 2.
He thought there was a herd of elk up there on that mountain.
Oh, but yeah, that kind of put us in the dump. Mm-hmm. We come back to camp later on that morning. The other guys didn't have any luck, did they?
That was the same morning.
Yeah.
Dad was
your dad had a cow at 70 yards broadside, but wasn't comfortable shooting that far.
And the bull was coming. There was a big bull.
Yeah, one behind him, thinking he could have had a chance of coming down, but that just never worked out. I tried calling at him, and they kind of busted out of there.
Yeah.
So that group kind of busted out a little bit. Our bull, obviously smelled us, and he was gone. At this point, we're thinking, there ain't crap.
We were dead beat. I mean, beat.
So we come back and make a consensus that we think we could go eat a steak dinner that night.
we didn't know what to do, and then somebody brought up the restaurant Quincy's. Shout out Quincy's. I mean,
this is a place you can only get a steak. You get a steak, a wedge of salad, a baked potato, and it's really good. Especially when you've been eating freeze-dried Mountain House bagged meals and just crapping your brains out of that. It sounded amazing.
We didn't know what we were going to do, if we were going to stay or if we were just going to head home. And then somebody brought up we could eat Quincy's if we left. And everybody just said, let's go.
We wussed out one more day to go eat.
Yeah.
I mean, we had been back there for 7-8 days hunting. Close to it. And, knowing we got another 16-hour drive back, we decided to get back on, Friday night.
Yeah, so we had Friday to hunt yet. That was the last day of season. And, yeah.
Looking back, maybe we should have stayed, but, yeah.
No, I still think we'd have killed something.
But darn, that steak was good.
It was.
No, it was. It was a good time. And that Cold Stone ice cream after to wash it out. That ended our week. We had fun. We had laughed more than ever. I think
Oh my,
it was a great group of guys. Like
best camp you could ask for.
if you're gonna go hunting, take a group of friends that you're gonna enjoy, tell stories, laugh with, tell the same joke 3 or 4 times, and laugh at it every time. Guys that you
I'm
can
that
just
guy.
yeah, you're that guy. You gotta have that guy. The movie quote singing guy.
There you go.
You and Lauren both. We appreciate you hunting with us anyway, even though we brought your spotting scope home with us. Hope you don't need that.
No, but I do.
I'm not sure how that got left in there.
Somehow
Well, I
we
put it
brought
in the cooler when we headed back to the truck, and I guess we never opened the cooler when we got back to my house. So
yeah.
it is what it is. We'll get it one way or the other.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I said I got close to my tag's worth of fun anyway out of the week and experience, but I made my green tag soup last night. Did you have yours yet?
I made it to sandwich for lunch today.
Yeah, it wasn't good, but I guess it'll eat. But all right, Ron, thanks for joining us. Good luck the rest of your season out there.
Thank you.
We'll
Yep.
love to have you back
problem.
on once you kill something.
Yeah, for sure.
And let us know
That'd be
how it
awesome.
goes.
Them rifle hunters ain't that hard.
All you gotta do is find them and shoot them.
They can't smell you from 300 yards is all I could say.
Shooting fish in
Well,
a
you
barrel.
can sure drop them.
Oh man.
All right, Ryan. Well, take care. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll talk to you later.
Sounds good.
See ya.
See you guys.